This is Eddie Hearn, Matchroom Boxing. You are watching Sporting Icons. You don't need to be anywhere else.
Right, I hope you're all doing brilliant. It's late Friday afternoon here as of me recording this video. The clouds are looking pretty grey. It looks like it's going to rain, but that is not going to spoil the weekend approaching. And I'm sure that you're all happy, excited that the weekend is finally here. Unless, of course, you're working the weekend, in which case weekend sucks. So I do apologise for that. So if you're new to the channel and you are a huge Anthony Joshua fan and a boxing fan in general, tickle that subscribe button, turn it from red to grey, make sure you are subscribed. Now, Luis Ortiz versus Deontay Wilder is coming up on September the 28th by all accounts in Los Angeles at the Staples Center. And it looks like it's going to be pay-per-view as well for those in America, so that's got to suck, isn't it? Now, Luis Ortiz has given a statement about his fight with Deontay Wilder, the rematch that, let's be honest, not many people really want to see. Not that it's not really an interesting fight, it's just that people want to see Wilder actually grow some nuts and actually go fight Anthony Joshua and stop making excuses and allowing his fans to manipulate everything and his team and whatever else. But listen, this is the situation we're in. Wilder will be fighting Luis Ortiz next in a rematch. Yay, can't wait, right? Now, Luis Ortiz has given this statement. So I'll read off the statement, article in the description box as always. So this is what Luis Ortiz had to say. Even in other fights, I always thought about that rematch with Wilder. The fight could be tomorrow and I'm ready at 100%. If I threw 900 punches at him in the first fight, now I'm going to throw twice that amount. I was having a good fight until the moment when I put him in a bad state in the 7th round. Now I will be in a greater control of what happens. I've been waiting for the rematch because I want to get rid of this thorn and show the world I can be champion. Being a world champion is something that pushes you. I've asked my wife to help me to the fullest, to give me 200% support, to devote myself body and soul to this fight. It is not easy to get up and take the children to school, look for them later, this and that. Right now, I just don't have the time. They call me the boogeyman, the old man. I maintain myself. I remain in the elite of the division, training with the desire to be world heavyweight champion. That is my goal, and it is not changed at all. This fight is going to be worse than the first one. I already told Wilder once that I will repeat it. Now this fight is going to reach the 12th round. Either you kill me or I'm going to kill you. Either I kill you or you kill me. It's going to be one of the two. So that is a statement from Luis Ortiz. So what can we get from that? Well, I think the senile dementia is starting to kick in there, because him saying that he had a great fight against Wilder, not really, because you lost. That's the facts of it. Yeah, there were moments when he's talking about the 7th round, that's for sure. He had Wilder out on his feet. Had the referee stopped that fight, I don't think too many people would have complained too much. And yes, Wilder got a little bit of help from the ref and the medical team at the start of round number 8. Even Showtime were going, what in blue blazes is going on here, right? So yeah, certainly. But ultimately, Luis Ortiz went all amateur. He went headhunting. He did throw a couple of good body shots in as well. But he should have really just mowed him down, because if Wilder had hit the deck, I'm not too sure Wilder would have got up. He wasn't in that kind of condition. So anyway, you live and learn. But as for him killing Wilder or Wilder will kill him, I think there's more chance of Wilder killing him, to be honest. Because in that first fight, 1 hour before the ring walk, and I've said this multiple times, and it's a fact, not an opinion, the medical team were advising him not to go ahead with the fight only 1 hour before the ring walk due to his high blood pressure. Anyway, it is what happened. Now, this is a fight that, listen, it's an interesting fight. Do people give Luis Ortiz a chance? Not as much as they did in the first one, because, listen, at that time, he was undefeated. Was he the boogeyman? Yeah, potentially, but let's be real, Tyson Fury started that whole rumour with Luis Ortiz being the boogeyman. He weren't really serious, but it kind of took off from there. But the fact is, Luis Ortiz wasn't really looking for the big fights. He failed a couple of PED tests, so of course that stalled a lot of his career. So really, he has nobody to blame but himself. But listen, if anyone's going to die in this ring, it's going to be Luis Ortiz. Wilder will know how to beat Ortiz. The fear of Luis Ortiz that he had, that Deontay Wilder had, will have vanished now. These guys have a lot of respect for each other. They like each other. So this kill or be killed mentality, it's fake. That's my honest opinion. It's fake. These guys like each other, and I believe that Luis Ortiz ducked Anthony Joshua. Deontay Wilder ducked Anthony Joshua also to have this fight, knowing full well that Wilder is going to starch Luis Ortiz. Luis Ortiz has turned down multiple fight offers from Dillian Whyte, turned down a stupidly high payday for Anthony Joshua for all the belts, and now he's going to have a rematch. Listen, I don't blame Luis Ortiz necessarily for taking Wilder. It's better the devil you know than the one you don't, because at least he has shared the ring with Wilder, and you would have thought that he would have learnt his lesson. Really, because now Wilder knows how to put you down. Wilder knows you are not invincible. In other words, he's going to be throwing hands, and I won't be surprised if this fight doesn't get out the first couple of rounds, to be fair. And Luis Ortiz has looked absolutely terrible in his last couple of fights. And quite clearly we have seen that he doesn't know how to cut the ring off. He just doesn't know how to do it. And Wilder's going to be too fast. Luis Ortiz got old overnight. Real old. So, anyway, that is what it is. But for me, listen, you're not the boogeyman, and this is a fight that people don't really want to see. You can talk about how you guys want to kill each other. Listen, we both know that you guys babysit each other's kids. So come on now, stop it with that stupid talk. As for throwing 900 punches in the first fight, I'm not too sure you did. I'm really not too sure if you did. But listen, if you did and you're going to throw twice as many, so 1,800, are you really? I don't think so. I really don't think so. It wouldn't surprise me if Luis Ortiz does have his moments in this fight, but is he going to go for the kill and try and take Wilder's head off? I don't think so. Is Wilder going to try and take his head off? Hell yeah. Luis Ortiz, remember from the first fight, right up until round number 10, you had a 10-8 round in your favour from round number 7. Wilder had a 10-8 round in round number 5 when he dropped you. And in my opinion, Luis Ortiz was winning that fight quite comfortably. Then up until round number 10, it all went pear-shaped. Wilder gets Luis Ortiz in trouble, drops Luis Ortiz. Ortiz gets up, drops him again. He gets to his knees. He's about to get up. The referee calls the fight off. Listen, no issues with the referee stopping the fight, none whatsoever. But the point is that up until round number 10, the judges were having Deontay Wilder winning that fight. Luis Ortiz, the PBC, Showtime are not Team Ortiz. They are Team Wilder. It doesn't matter what you do. You ain't beating Wilder. You're going to have to knock him out. You are going to have to get aggressive. You're going to have to show all that amateur experience that you have, even though you didn't really achieve anything, let's be honest. But you're going to have to show all of this to try and do a number on Deontay Wilder. Listen, it's a battle of the duckers, let's be honest. Wilder and Luis Ortiz both ducked Anthony Joshua. People don't like to hear it, but a fact is a fact. It's not an opinion, it's a fact. Both of these guys turned down Anthony Joshua for mega money. Luis Ortiz lost out on the opportunity for a whole bunch of titles. Deontay Wilder turned down the opportunity to become undisputed, and his fans are giving him a pass. I mean, it's 2019. Surely people have some level of education now, do they not? But anyway, what can you do about it? This is the fight that's going to happen. People aren't too happy about it. It's going to be in the same venue that Wilder took on Fury, where Fury did beat Wilder. So Wilder is a paper champion. Again, not an opinion. Well, it kind of is an opinion, I suppose. But most people believe that that fight was not a draw. Certainly not. Even Wilder was looking all depressed, like he lost the damn fight. He knew he lost that fight. And when the judges announced it as a draw, the relief on his face. But what can you do? Anyway, so this rematch is going to be at the same venue as Wilder lost that fight with his gifted draw. They couldn't even sell out the place against Tyson Fury, of all people. What makes you think you're going to do as good a job or better of a job against a guy that you've already beaten? What's the point? And then put it on pay-per-view. First fight, that probably should have been on pay-per-view because it was two undefeated fighters. People didn't know if Luis Ortiz was past it or not. Nobody knew. That should have been pay-per-view. A rematch, it's like you're going backwards. It's like you're trying to milk the fans. Yes, you've got a lot of stupid fans, let's be honest, but I think most of those stupid ones are probably too broke to pay for the pay-per-view. $75? Come on now. Anyway, so article is in the description box, and I hope that you all have a great weekend, whatever it is that you're doing. Enjoy the boxing with Anthony Joshua and Andy Ruiz. Hopefully it all goes in Anthony Joshua's favour. It's going to be a real tough fight, in my opinion. But listen, it is what it is. There's plenty of boxing on. And in 2 weeks' time, it's going to be Tyson Fury against Tom Schwartz. And a couple of weeks later, Dillian Whyte versus Oscar Rivas, all that kind of good stuff. So we're going to be inundated with boxing. This is why you should be subscribed to this channel, because we cover as much of it as possible, all the hot talked about fights. So anyway, you drop your thoughts below about Luis Ortiz. Kill or be killed is the message. He wants to kill Deontay Wilder, personally I call bullshit. Anyway, drop your thoughts below, click thumbs up, and of course subscribe. Catch you all on the next video.